muy buenos días y continuamos con la programación de Unión Latina aquí en la radio hoy 29 de marzo con parte de TUDN 1220 AM y tenemos en continuación un evento que está pasando aquí en el condado de Lake que vamos a hablar con una representante de recursos humanos y también una pues emprendedora también en la comunidad. Vamos a hacer la porción en inglés, va a ser la entrevista, pero vamos a tratar de traducir también para que no se pierdan de esta información muy importante. Entonces, continuamos para presentarla. Por favor, Juan Carlos, muy buenos días. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo sigue?
¿Cómo seguimos?
Sí,
bien,
¿cómo
estoy
seguimos?
bien. ¿Tú qué tal? ¿Cómo sigues?
Bien, aquí emocionada de nuestra invitada, por supuesto, sí, esta mañana y tenemos la oportunidad de saber un poco más de lo que viene y de lo que tienen para la comunidad.
Sí, tenemos una invitada muy especial, la primera vez aquí en el estudio. Ella se llama Sara Mitial. Sí, welcome, Sarah. Ella es de The People Architectural Group. Y viene a hablarnos acerca de una conferencia que se llama Let It Bloom, una conferencia más que nada para las personas que trabajan en el área de negocios como HR, ¿no? Recursos humanos, a las personas que andan trabajando en la comunidad, abriendo negocios. Entonces, bienvenida. Welcome, Sarah Mitial. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here. Yeah.
And actually, I just wanted to add this. I met Sarah yesterday at the women's luncheon for the Lake County Chamber of Commerce. So it's such a pleasure to have you here this morning because it was such a pleasure also to talk to you yesterday and to meet you and also your business and what you're doing for business owners here and stretching not only the county but beyond. And we were precisely talking about this conference that you have coming up. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself and then your business, so that way people know, and then we can move on to the conference component.
Absolutely. Yes. I'm Sarah Mitial. I have been in HR for over 20 years. I started when I was just 2.
like I did too.
Yes. So I have always loved helping leaders stand taller and planting seeds so they can be able to do what they do best. And 5 years ago, I had the opportunity to start People Architectural Group. And it's all that to help people understand what their value and potentials are. We have been doing some amazing program throughout the Lake County. We've done webinars every month. There are free webinars that are on our website. We do networking events. I always feel like, why do I have to go to Chicago or by O'Hare to network when right here in Lake County, we can create some opportunity for us HR and small business owners to get together and learn from each other. And so that is really the gist of what I do. I want people to know that they have value, they have potential. And so we are taking that webinar from online to really expanding it and having a full day conference in April 16th.
So you're having this conference that is called Let It Bloom.
Let it bloom.
Let it bloom. Why let it bloom?
You know what? I think when you look outside right now, there are things blooming, right?
Yes.
But only when you plant something good that it can bloom. And I think the same thing with us professionals. If you are learning, there's innovation, there's communication, you are taking the good stuff and put it inside of you, you're going to be great. You're going to be able to get that, your potential is going to expand. So let it bloom is let me pour good things inside of you so you can make your organization thrive. And that's exactly what it is. We are blooming.
I love it.
So,
No, that's wonderful. So, Sarah, for those who are just connecting, she's here to invite us to this conference that is called Let It Bloom. And again, the conference is?
The conference is on April 16 at Bernie's Book Bank. And it's going to be from 9 to 5. And even within that, we have a community. We're going to be doing a service hour within that at Bernie's.
So you can volunteer too.
Yeah, we're going to do volunteers as well.
Have you ever been at Bernie's?
I have. I do love
it's
the venue.
Fun,
and absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you tell us just quickly what is that activity at Bernie's? What do they do as volunteers?
For Bernie's, they donate books to low-income area
Right.
children, encouraging them to read, because reading is so important and how you succeed in life.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we are donating 1,000 books. So anybody who have books, children books,
Oh,
they
wow.
want to get
To
rid of,
contact you.
bring them to People Architectural
Right.
Group. So we're gonna be doing that, and then we are also just gonna give our time back to the community. I'm huge about community service. The community we live in, we need to be able to rise it, to be able to support it.
No, and that's
so,
wonderful.
yeah.
And sometimes, as entrepreneurs, as business, sometimes, we forget that, there's that thing that we need to do. And also it keeps your
Absolutely.
spirit alive, and it
Absolutely.
distracts you from your, sometimes, the things that could be stressful from your work.
Absolutely.
So tell us, who should attend the conference, Let It Bloom?
So HR leaders, I would say business leaders and entrepreneurs who are looking to attract, retain great talent. This is this is definitely a conference you don't want to miss. It's going to give you strategy. It's going to give you actionable of how to build a great culture. Because if you don't have a great culture, people are going to come in and they're going to leave. But you want to make sure that when they are with you, they are thriving, they are producing to your environment.
Right.
And so we are giving you all these great ideas, great suggestion, and we'll have time to even take one or two actual problem and trying to solve them right there.
Are this small business or corporations, people who work, where they mainly have to work in order to attend a conference?
This conference, the information is good regardless of the size of your organization you work with, because it's how to solve people problem. And so whether you have 5 people or you have 1,000+ people, it's still the same. It's the same issue we're dealing with. We're dealing with engagement. We are how to keep your people engaged, how to make sure that your turnover is not too high, how to make sure that your people are producing work. So it doesn't matter the size of the organization. All are welcome,
All of
and it
them are
will be
welcome.
applicable to you.
A single entrepreneur to someone who's running their own business to even a corporation or anything.
Absolutely.
So that's great. And then tell us a little bit more. Is it going to be where you have breakout sessions, or is it everyone in one room that's hearing different speakers? Or if you could let us know a little bit more about that.
So at Bernie's, it's going to be work sessions. So each of the sessions that we are doing, it's like you are really working. We have workbooks there that you are solving problem. We have I have 2 of my sessions. There's one on how to retain employee, and it's really sitting there and doing a case study. And we're doing some part of the session is a case study. So you are seeing what the problem is. So this way, when you go back to work, you can take your problem, plug it into this study and see how you can solve it.
Yeah. And at the same time, when you're in a group like that, and when you study a case study with people who are in the industry, right, it helps a lot to hearing, what the thoughts, from the other members or whoever is part of the, and it helps you, right? It keeps you informed, or it gives you ideas in case perhaps you might not use it now, but you might use it later, right?
Absolutely. It's common ground, right? The problem you're solving from your organization, or I'm solving, it's no different. It's the same problem, but it may be at a different scale or different aspect of the problem. But if we can learn from each other, we can help each other solve our own problem. We take it back to our organizations.
And I think it's also just confirmation that you're not the only one that's experiencing these issues, because sometimes you think like, why me? Why in my business? And quite honestly, it's in every business, right?
Every business. We're all dealing with it.
Exactly. So I think it's such a great opportunity. And I know that there's a keynote speaker. Would you like to talk about the keynote that
Absolutely.
You have set up? Yes.
We have 2 keynote speakers. The first one is Heather Nash from the Chicago Dental Society. Heather, I've known Heather for over 15 years, and she is amazing. And we wanted to give the attendees the opportunity to pick the brain of to hear from a leader, because each of us report to a leader, to a CEO or whatever, but to hear from the perspective of the CEO, how they can be the business partner, how they can really help their organization. I think this is absolutely valuable. And also we have Brian Floriani, who is the founder of Bernie's Book Bank. He's going to be our second speaker. He's going to talk to us what's the importance of getting our employees to do community service and tell us a little bit about Bernie's, how it gets started. It's a phenomenal story if you haven't heard from him.
It is, yes.
And he's just
no spoiler alerts.
Oh my God.
You have to come to the event.
Oh, I have to
what's
come,
you
yeah.
just have to come. Brian is he's such a funny guy. You definitely want to get to know him. And they are doing such a great job at Bernie's. And I'm so excited for my attenders, the conference attendees to hear from him.
So tell us a little bit more about the program also. And I know you already mentioned some of the case studies, but a little bit more of the agenda if you can extend.
So we will not only have information about HR, but we want to talk about we have a community panel, a community resource panel. And this really is focusing on what are the resources in Lake County that that small businesses or businesses in general can utilize. 5 years ago, when I started my business, I find that there are so many resources, but we don't know who to reach out to be able to utilize them. And so I thought, let's bring it here so people know, I want to hire people, but I don't have money. What do I do? Well, did you know there is a resource who can help you? You don't have to pay anything, but they will pay for your employees to be at your organization. Well, I won't tell you who. You have to come to the conference. There's other resources available. Small Business Administration is going to be there. The Lake County Partners is going to be there. We have resources at the local high schools that's going to be there and tell us everything they have. And we have a resource for learning and development that is going to be there. So this is a packed day. And I promise you will come out with so much resource and information that make you feel like, oh my gosh, where do I get started?
Is it a website where people can go register and find out more about the details of the conference?
Absolutely. You can go to my website, which is peopletugroup.com. That's people, PEOPLE, and then T as in Tom, U as an umbrella, group.com. Or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm Sarah Mitial, MIT as in Tom, IAL on LinkedIn. I would love to send you some more information.
Oh, yes, please, so we can share it as well. And then if I come to the conference, because, what if I'm thinking right now, I don't have a business,
but I want to open
one. Right? Just like anybody, we're thinking, if I come to the conference, will someone from you or your company will kind of follow up with me in the future, or
absolutely,
or you just let me alone after the conference?
Never. Right? Once you become our friend, you are our friend for life.
Oh yes, so I'm coming.
So yes, come, and if you have questions. So even if you're a job seeker, we're going to have employers who have open positions. So if you are looking for a job, you just want to come and kind of mingle with the businesses, you're welcome to come. We're not excluding anyone, but we just want to make sure that you understand that this is catering to the HR community.
Right.
But you can learn it no matter what.
Right. And HR, if you're the owner, no matter where you are, it's always great to know everything about HR, because HR is everything, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Y vamos a traducir. I'm just going to translate a little bit, porque tenemos un comentario de Rosa, dice, y en español, porque lo que estamos hablando, tenemos a nuestra invitada Sarah Mitial, right? Mitial. And está representando lo que es una conferencia que tenemos en junio. Sí, en junio, y bueno, está en 16 de abril y va a estar en Bernie's Book Bank en Lake Bluff, y es una conferencia de no solo recursos humanos, pero cualquier persona que está emprendiendo en un negocio, o si no tienen su propio negocio o están para poder desarrollarlos, ya están en una compañía o tal vez están pensando en abrir un negocio. Van a haber representantes también de lo que es la organización de negocios pequeños que van a dar los recursos para darles más información, y aparte de que estas sesiones van a ser como individual en grupo para que puedan para que puedan platicar si hay algún problema. Van a hacer estudios para que entre diferentes personas de negocio puedan como solucionar tal vez unos problemas que tengan o soluciones para ser más eficiente en lo que es el trabajo. Entonces vamos a... esta conferencia es para ustedes y aparte de que también hay un componente para la comunidad que van a poder hacer voluntarios dentro de Bernie's Book Bank, que es una organización sin fin de lucro que también tiene oportunidades que dan libros hacia la comunidad para que especialmente lo de bajos recursos, para que ellos puedan tener el aprendizaje de la lectura. Entonces es algo muy importante. Inclusive están haciendo recolecta en el negocio de Sarah para los libros que pueden ir a dejarlos, pero y vamos a dejar la información y también para que se puedan comunicar con ella y también el registro para lo que es el sitio web. Entonces, eso es lo que tenemos de informarles sobre lo que está pasando para la comunidad.
Sí, y un poquito nada más añadir de esta conferencia que se llama, ahora sí, dejar, donde se llama Let It Bloom, o sea, las florecer, más que nada.
Florecer.
Déjalo florecer,
Sí.
florecer. También van a hablar un poco acerca de cómo las oficinas de recursos humanos pueden crear estrategias para que los trabajadores se mantengan felices, ¿no? Que se sientan contentos. Y aparte también cómo tratar de retener, porque a veces tienes personas que son muy talentosas, ¿verdad? Todo el mundo los quiere, entonces para que no se vayan ellos, como tener estrategias, ¿no? En lugar para retenerlos, para que no se vayan.
Así es. Y vamos a hacer una pregunta porque también sale otra. Dice, gracias por la información. She said, thank you for the information. Y también nos dice, la conferencia será en 2 lenguas. So we had a question from the audience. Will it be in both languages? So are there going to be individuals that, I guess, speak Spanish during the conference in case someone maybe has a more... their dominant language, let's say, is Spanish or another language. Polish, I don't know.
The conference is in English.
Okay.
It's in English.
Okay.
So, yeah.
La conferencia está en inglés, pero probablemente debido a la conversación que tuve con ella ayer, que están viendo para oportunidades en el futuro para poder dar eso, pero sí está primordialmente va a ser en inglés la conferencia.
Sí, that's something to think about. Yeah.
That is
said,
so if you
we
need
talked
bilingual,
about,
yeah,
so,
absolutely.
so I said in the future there might be an opportunity
because I think
for that.
The Latino community, it's huge, and as you know, in this area. So and they are, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people who have businesses. So it might be a great idea to.
Just yesterday we were talking about that,
Yeah.
and I told her that I was looking for a part-time person to be in my office, and I was like, I definitely want a bilingual person. We were just talking about that yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. I was like, do you know anyone?
Right.
So, para los que sepan, si conocen a alguien que es bilingüe y tiene experiencia en recursos humanos, está buscando nuestra compañera Sara a alguien que medio tiempo para que puedan ayudar a las personas en nuestra comunidad que también necesitan estos recursos en el idioma preferido, ¿verdad? O en su idioma.
Yeah.
Entonces, ahí
Sí.
estamos.
Sarah, we're gonna let you make a final announcement. As you know, this is live radio, so we have with time. But as an entrepreneur, like what has been the biggest or the best advice that you ever gotten from someone?
Continue to learn and continue. Don't let the problems that comes up stop you from achieving your goals. So problem will come and go, but the only one who will be successful are the ones who keep pushing forward. So whether it's in your learning, whether you have a business, whether it doesn't matter in life, just don't stop. Keep pushing forward. And the same way too, we're going to push forward for this conference. Hopefully this is going to blow up.
Yes.
And
it's gonna bloom.
we're going to keep blooming. And so I want you to keep blooming, whether you have a business or you are working somewhere.
So invite us one more time at the conference.
Yeah.
When is it? What time? And how do they register?
Let It Bloom is on April 16 at Bernie's Book Bank. You can register at peopletugroup.com. I'm Sarah Mitial, and thank you so much for listening to me today.
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much for being here, Sarah. And it's such a pleasure to see you 2 days in a row. I'm so excited. Yes. And I'm so happy for this event. There's definitely a lot to learn, quite honestly. So, and the networking. Entonces, para los que escucharon, así está la conferencia. Va a ser el 16 de abril y va a ser en Bernie's Book Bank en Lake Bluff. Y también vamos a contestar las preguntas porque también dice si hay medios de trabajo de verano para nuestros hijos. Posiblemente sí, porque también es reclutadora. Entonces vamos a poner el sitio web para que sepan y cómo aplicar si ellos les pueden apoyar. Entonces sí, vamos a mandarle lo que es el link para el sitio web, que es peopletugroup.com, y lo vamos a agregar en nuestros comentarios para que tengan más información. Y por supuesto, regístrense para este evento, que es muy importante.
Y vamos a poner el boleto también en nuestra página para que lo tengan ahí. Ahí hay un código QR para que se registren y vayan a la página.
Así es. Y para finalizar, so to finalize, anybody you want to give a shout out to while we have you on the air?
Oh my goodness. I am so thankful to Lake County Chamber, to GLMV Chamber, Mike Babbis, my staff, and Sadia Ali. Thank you so much. I couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And Let It Bloom will be there, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much again, Sarah. Gracias, Juan Carlos.
Gracias, Hazel. Thank you so much for being here, Hazel, today. It was a pleasure having you.
It's always a
your
pleasure.
Smile, always smiling. She had left us for a while. So I'm so happy that she's back today with us.
So I'm here en Viva Todo Color y muchas gracias de nuevo por estar aquí con nosotros en Unión Latina y seguimos el próximo sábado a las 8 de la mañana. Gracias, Juan Carlos. Gracias a todos.
Y que no le cambien tampoco porque ahorita viene el segmento de Casa y Hogar.
Casa y Hogar tenemos, todavía no, entonces no se vayan.
No se
Casa
vayan.
y Hogar en unos minutos. Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.